Hello, and thank you so much for your interest in Bodymechanics School of Myotherapy Massage. I'm really excited to share with you what it is that we do at our school and how we can help you reach your future career goals. My name is Shari Aldrich, and I'm the owner of the school, and I'm also a graduate of Bodymechanics School. So I have a unique perspective in the program as both a graduate and also as a teacher and owner of the school. So I do have a brief presentation that we're going to go through, and hopefully it answers any of the questions that you might have about our program. But if it doesn't, please feel free to reach out to us, give us a call, send us an email, and we'll make sure to answer any of your very specific questions. I'm going to share the screen and get into our brief presentation. And so here we are. So Bodymechanics School has been an approved school for 25 years. It's hard to believe that it's been that long, but we're super proud of the offering that we have and that we've got this longevity underneath our belt. So 25 years of inspiring the exceptional within. It's one of my favorite quotes, and my goal is that when you're at Bodymechanics School, that you're inspired for your future and hopefully into a long career helping people feel better. If and when you give us a call, we're going to go through these questions that are right here on the screen. So I want you to be aware of them so that when you call, you know what it is that we're going to ask you, and you can be prepared with these answers. So obviously we want to know your name and the city. Mainly we're interested in, by the city, which campus you're interested in attending. We do have the campus in Tumwater, Washington and Vancouver, Washington. And then we have a morning, evening, and weekend program as well. And later on in the presentation, I'll go through the different schedules so that you can figure out which one is going to work best for you. We love to know why you're interested in massage therapy. Oftentimes people have a connection to the industry, maybe a past injury they've had, or their parents massaged them as a child or a grandparent, and there's a lineage that's involved in the massage therapy dream that somebody has. So we want to know why it is that you're interested in massage therapy. And then when you're on the phone with us, we're also going to want to know your biggest question or concern about either the school or the profession. That way we can tailor the conversation to your specific needs and make sure that we answer and address any of your questions or concerns. Like I said, I'm a graduate of Bodymechanics School. I graduated in 2006. Kind of going back to the beginning of the school in our story. The school was first approved by the state of Washington in 1999, with the first class graduating in 2000. Like I said, I graduated in 2006, and I started teaching at the school about 3 months after I graduated and became a lead instructor 6 months after graduation. If you were around or aware of what was happening in the world in 2008 and 2009, the US was going through a pretty deep recession, and that caused the owner of the school to close it. And when he made that decision, I wasn't ready to let the teaching side go, so we negotiated for a little bit. And I took the school over in December of 2009 and then ultimately bought the school from him in 2006. Back then, we only had the Tumwater location. Vancouver came along a little bit later. In 2012, I bought the beautiful facility that our Tumwater school sits at. Today, we have a CE center at this school, so we teach continuing ed classes, and we bring in top providers from around the world to teach their specific modalities to LMTs in this area. Limited people from having to travel to Seattle or Portland or farther to get some really good quality education. Obviously, we have this school and we can fit up to 18 students in a class. And then on the far side of the building, we have our new professional clinic called Cascadia 360 Massage and Wellness. So we're starting to see a good flow of students coming from the school into the clinic. Although, as I say, I want my graduates to really figure out what's best for them and what's going to bring them the most joy and satisfaction in this career. So if a student wanted to go out and open their own business, I support that. If you want to work for a chiropractor, I support that. If you want to work for my clinic or a spa or anywhere else in town, I support that. So we're really excited in the idea that you get to figure out what's best for you and your family and the income that you need to earn, not my idea of what it is that you want to learn. and earn. So back to my story here. Like I said, in 2012, I bought this building. In 2016, we opened the Vancouver campus. That came on the heels of another situation that happened in the United States with a lot of the bigger chain schools being closed by the federal government. And there was one of those schools in Vancouver. From what I understand, there wasn't anything, wrong happening at that campus, but at the corporate level, there was some things that were pretty questionable. So when that campus closed, we launched a campus down there in Vancouver. I felt that that community really needed to have a good quality massage school. So we opened up our school down there. In 2017, I launched a program called the Bodymechanics Institute. And in this program, I help massage therapists around the country open their own massage schools. What I've seen is that through different things in the US, through the pandemic and just different federal laws that have impacted massage schools, we've lost a lot of massage schools from the heyday of around 1,800 schools in the United States. So today we're under 1,000. So that's a big loss, and it's also a big opportunity. And so we're helping massage therapists open schools. We're training them how to run a school, and then we become their coach and their mentor. What this also means for you as a graduate of Bodymechanics School, and someday down the road, if you want to open a school, you move to a different state or a different city, and you want to open a school, then our team is there for you as well. So, or if you want to become an instructor, there's just different pathways that you can take with this kind of a career. And as I say, we're nimble and we're entrepreneurial, and we're excited to see what that means for you and how we can help you reach your goals. I'm going to dive into our curriculum and explain what it is that we have. We have two core programs, the 700-hour program, which is our morning or the evening program, and then the 648-hour program is our weekend program. And we offer both of these at both campuses. I'll talk mostly about the 700-hour program, and then we'll discuss how it's different with the weekend program. We teach all of the things that the state says we have to teach. There is a minimum of 625 hours, so both of our programs obviously meet the bare minimum. Anatomy, physiology, and pathology, so we go through all the systems of the body and discuss the components that make up the system, and then we get into pathologies that could affect that system. And what's important for you as a massage therapist to understand is if it's safe for you to massage somebody with a condition, or if you need to refer them off to another healthcare provider. So this is one of our core important subjects that we teach, and also important for critical thinking development in our graduates. Kinesiology is all about movement. And so we go through and we learn all about the muscles of the body. We learn where they connect on the bones. We call it origin, insertion, and action. So we learn where they connect and what the action is. This subject can be rote memorization, which some people do really well at and others really struggle. And so we try to incorporate different learning methodologies to help our learners learn the information and apply the movement in the clients that they're working with. To help with this, we do flashcards where one side they'll draw the muscles and the other side they'll write the origin, insertion, and action. So it becomes a study tool. We use coloring activities. Obviously, we palpate the muscles on each other. We color the muscles. We have clay and we roll the clay out and we put it on skeleton. So you see how the muscles lay on the skeleton and how they can move joints around. And lastly, we watch cadaver videos. So you see what it looks like on the inside of the body. So we try to bring out all the different learning styles that somebody's going to have to really make sure that this information sets in. Massage theory and practice is another one of our core areas. Obviously, you're going to go to massage school. We're going to learn massage. And the way I like to describe it is that we start off with learning the basic strokes, and then we take those basic strokes and we put them into a basic massage. This would fall under your Swedish massage style. And we learn the effects on the body. So if you apply a stroke, is it relaxing? Is it, energetic? Is it stimulating? Like, how is the person going to respond to that in their body? And so we learn all of these different components. And then I like to say, instead of peeling the layers of the onion, we start putting the layers together. So we start adding modalities, things you've probably heard of before, such as lymphatic drainage, myofascial release, trigger points, muscle energy techniques and stretching, things like that, where we learn and have our basic massage grow to adding more elements into it. And about halfway through our program, we get through this Swedish style and we move more into neurosomatic, where we're applying more advanced thinking. We've learned the muscles and how they're supposed to move in function in the body, and then we go into what happens when they're in dysfunction. And we put together protocols to help overcome some fairly common conditions that our clients might have. And really what it's designed to do is connect the person to their pain conditions in their body and help them, let the pain go and understand that they can move their joint again. And it's really about giving quality of life back to people that we serve. For example, somebody might not be able to get the plate out of the microwave that's above the stove. And you could see how if somebody lived on their own and that's how they primarily cooked, that would be something that would be very disabling for them. And so giving them the ability to get the plate out of the microwave above the stove, so that they can eat their dinner is an important task for somebody to do. Or maybe they go play golf and, they're losing that ability to rotate their body through the swing. So we're about giving quality of life back to somebody rather than, just encouraging them to stay on the couch and live a sedentary life. So that's what we call our pathology and treatment section. And it pretty much mirrors kinesiology. So we, to further settle in the information, in our scaffolded curriculum, we learn the muscles in function, and then we go into dysfunction, and then we learn how to apply strokes to give them their life back. So that's one of our core features of our program, is developing this critical thinking, assessment tools, and really getting into understanding how a person perceives pain and giving them their quality of life back. Clinical business practices is another large part of our program. We far exceed what the state requires in the business side. And as I said in my introduction, my goal is to really help you figure out what is best for you, right? So like I said, if you want to work for somebody, I'm going to help you find your dream job. If you want to open your own business, then we're going down that entrepreneurial rabbit hole. And I'm super excited for you and the journey that you're going to go on. But in here, we get into talking about ethics, communication. We learn documentation, how to how to bill insurance companies, safety strategies, keep yourself safe. So we spend a lot of time in the business, and it leads up to writing a business plan. Student clinic is also included in our program. We have a instructor-led student clinic where we encourage clients to come in. We schedule them for you in very set hours. Our student clinic is encapsulated in the hours of the program that you come to, so you don't have to dedicate time outside of school to do student clinic. So if you're a morning student, clinic is incorporated in the hours that you come to school. So typically in a 4-hour block, you'll work on 2 clients. You'll have time for documentation. The instructor does rounds and checks on you, see if you have any questions. And then at the end, there's a debrief to go through what you learned, what challenges you had. And we all learn from each other in those times of the debrief. Going into our weekend program, the 648-hour program, honestly, it's the same high quality program as the 700 hours. It's just not as deep in some of the areas. Some of that is the business side is a little bit less. And some of the advanced massage theory and practice classes, some of those are not held on the weekend. And the reason that we did that is if we had the same 700-hour program in the weekend, it would take probably 18 months to finish, and that's just too long to give up weekends. Our weekend program, as it stands now, takes about a year to finish. So we tried to get that down to less, time for our weekend warriors, as we call them. I'm going to dive into our tuition next. And so the tuition, we have the different payment plans. If you're doing our weekend program, the tuition is $13,604. In our 700-hour program, the tuition is $14,112. With either program, there's a $100 application fee, and that fee reserves your spot in the class. So if you're working through how to do the financing, if you're going to use an in-house payment plan or look for a loan, the application fee reserves your spot in the class. And if it doesn't work out for you to join the class that you wanted to do, but you want to come next year, we just shift that so you don't have to pay that application fee again. Now, we do have 3 in-house payment plan options. Plan 1 would be pay in full, and that money would be due by the first day of school. Obviously, no interest if you're paying in full. The other plans, both the Plan 2 and Plan 3, have a $1,500 deposit on the tuition, and typically we want that when the contract is being signed. On Plan 2, tuition is paid by graduation. So we can do monthly payments, quarterly payments, 3 payments. We figure out what's going to work for you, what's going to work for us, but essentially the tuition is paid by graduation. And I give 2 examples here. These examples are for the $14,112. With the 3% interest, monthly payments would be $1,180.94. 3 equal payments would be $4,330. And those are every 3 months or so. We'd want the first payment by the first day of school. 3 months later would be the second payment. And then 3 months after that would be the final payment. And then our Plan 3 is, again, the $1,500 deposit on the tuition. And then the rest is split into equal monthly payments. And this extends it past graduation. It does have a 9% interest, where the interest is really a service fee. It doesn't accrue or add any more. After you sign the contract, you have that 9% service fee that's added to the remainder after you pay the deposit. If you were to pay 24 months, it would be $572.80. $400 a month would take that out about 34 months. I don't like to go lower than $400 a month. There can be some situations where those are different, but that would be an individualized payment plan that would be agreed upon between myself and you as the student. So anyways, that's the tuition that we have. Other options, in Tumwater, we're accepting the GI Bill, and we work with all chapters of the VA, so that's an option. WorkSource, worker retraining programs are accepted as well. And the amount awarded really depends on each case individually. So we recommend that you reach out to your local WorkSource office. And, you know, maybe you have some extenuating circumstances. You're a single mom with a child at home, and having a flexible schedule would allow you to work around school schedules and daycare. So that could be an option that would, you know, you plead your case and say, this is what I'm dealing with, and see if the state would help cover some of the expenses of school. We've seen the state maybe not help with tuition, but help with gas cards, help with groceries. Like, there's just lots of different things that they have available that I always say to somebody who's interested, go talk to them. I don't know all of the programs, so I encourage you to reach out to your local WorkSource office and see what they have available. One other example would be maybe you've lost your job, or you've lost your job, and you know, maybe there was a reduction in workforce that happened where the state has a vested interest in wanting to get you back to work. And so maybe they will pay for some tuition in that case as well. Personal loans, we are not federally accredited, so we do not accept federal financial aid. So if you were to go talk to a bank for a loan, you would ask for a personal loan versus a student loan. Student loans fall under federal programs, and again, we're not federally accredited. Retirement funds is another option. That's how I financed my schooling back in the day. My husband, we took it out of his 401k, paid all the tuition up front, and then he paid himself back over the years. Scholarships are also possible. Most communities have something called a community foundation. So recommend you look into that. AMTA, the American Massage Therapy Association, offers quarterly scholarships of $5,000. Let's see, there's like Moose and Eagles and some of Kiwanis and Rotary. Some of those clubs offer scholarships as well. Also kind of falling into that under the employment sponsorship opportunities, if you have a chiropractor that you regularly see, or you go to a clinic or a spa and you're talking to them a lot, to see if they'll sponsor you going through school. So those are some options And obviously, giving us a call we'll be able to offer more suggestions, and we have an email list that we can also suggest for you as well. So definitely something that we welcome the conversation around financing on. Excuse me. Coming into our schedule, Tumwater and Vancouver, both campuses, the schedule's the same. We offer morning classes, which are Tuesday through Friday from 9 until 1. Evening classes are Monday through Thursday from 6 to 10. And weekend classes are 2 to 3 weekends a month from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And we have rolling starts throughout the year, but we only have one class per cohort going. So if you're a morning student and the class starts in January, it's an 11-month program, the next class will not start until the following November. And so look at the upcoming schedule at bodymechanics-school.com to see our upcoming classes, or give us a call and we're happy to answer those questions for you. Next, we're going to dive into a little bit of what you should expect at Bodymechanics School. The first 3 months, you'll be challenged to put yourself back into school mode. I know that it was more than 20 years when I went to massage school, so I remember figuring out how to study again. It had been a minute, so getting back into school mode is fun. But you'll make new friends who share your goal to become a massage therapist. You'll master skills through our layered curriculum. You'll massage a massage therapist for feedback, and you'll be introduced to our optional externship opportunity with local potential employers. On your way to graduation, you'll identify your best career pathway, and you'll write a strategic career plan. You'll master advanced massage techniques to help many common conditions. You'll work on students in our student clinic with supportive staff to help you grow. You'll pass the MBLEX, that's the name of the state exam, with confidence. We do have a 100% success rate, not always on the first time, but if somebody doesn't pass on the first time, then we do offer tutoring and help to get them to pass on the second time. There's a lot of reasons somebody doesn't pass one of these tests on the first time. There's certainly test anxiety. There's, just having a bad day. There's overthinking the questions. Things like that happen. And we certainly understand the challenges with taking a big test and how nervous we can get with those. So if you don't pass it the first time, don't fear. We're going to get you there, and I promise you that. You'll interact with local professionals and employers. You'll be prepared to start your new job right after graduation, and you'll learn how in-demand massage therapists are through research. After graduation experience, ongoing career discovery and planning. I like to say that support doesn't help when you graduate. My door is always open. If you have questions for me, we're here to answer them for you long going. We love it when our students want to come back and be a TA and help the next generation of students coming in. So we have TA opportunities as well. As I mentioned earlier, ongoing continuing ed classes are offered at both of our locations throughout the year. We offer instructor training. So down the road, if your goal is to become an instructor, we have a 32-hour CE course where we help our graduates or any massage therapist really become an educator of adult learners. And in that regard, then, if at that point you're ready to create and launch your own continuing ed classes, we're going to help and support you on that as well. And you'll lean on your community for ongoing support and cheering you on. Our application process is really pretty easy. You'll talk to our enrollment coordinator. She'll send you the application and the interview questionnaire. You fill that out and you'll submit that with your $100 application fee. As I said, that reserves your spot in the class and you're locked in. From then, after that, you'll get the welcome email with the requirements that we need. For example, high school diploma or college transcripts, 2 letters of recommendation. And those can be from friends or family or coworkers, your boss, just 2 people who will tell us why they think you'll make a good massage therapist. Some forms that we need, FERPA, which is a federal privacy law form that we'll send you to have you sign that. And then the state of Washington has us collect data on our students, and so we have to get some demographic data from you as well. At that point, you'll get the book list and the supply list to get those ordered on your own. And yes, we do have you order those on your own rather than including that in the tuition. if I bundled that into tuition, it would raise the expenses. I'd have to add additional fees to that for the overhead of ordering, storage, and whatnot, where we give you the list and we allow you to find that at a much cheaper cost. Often our students sell their books at like $20 to future classes. And so we allow you to go out and find a used book if that's your preference. So, and same with supplies. And then you'll schedule the contract meeting, and that's where the terms will be agreed upon. Tumwater, you'll meet with me, and in Vancouver, you'll meet with the campus manager down there. And yeah, that's our process here. I'm going to stop the share and just kind of come back together with you. And just thank you again for your time, for watching this video. And please do reach out if you have any questions. You can reach us at 360-350-0015, and that number is for either campus. We answer it, we direct the call where it needs to go, and hopefully we see you in the classroom soon. Thanks a lot, and I hope you have a great day.